welcome to Tea and Style with Gabby Eckert, where we will meet courageous women who are chasing their dreams and answer their style questions over a cup of tea. And joining us today is my dear friend, Nichole Howard. I just love this chica. She brings so much energy. She's so much fun. Nichole does branded photography for women so they can worry less about attracting their ideal clients and increase profit because the photos do it for them. All right, Nichole, can you spill the tea and tell us about yourself?
Yes, Gabby, thank you so much for such a lovely introduction. I love you too. Your stuff is so great. And I love the positive energy you're always sharing with everybody. And you're so generous with your style tips. And that is so helpful, I know, for so many women and men out there who may need it. Yeah. So thank you, girl, for doing this and for bringing all of us different experts from different backgrounds together to talk. So thank you first. I'm sorry, my tea's down here.
It's okay.
So for me, I actually started in branding photography. It was an interesting pivot during COVID. I'm just going to be fully out there. So I always loved photography. I've been a photographer for about 8 years. It started as a side hustle while I was a project manager. And then I realized, the long and short of it is life's too short, right? Is that I need to go after what I love. If there's an opportunity for me to do something I love and serve a lot of people in a way that really lights me up and makes, the world kind of brighter, then that's something I need to follow and try. So this year I actually went out full time. So I'm really, really excited. But personal branding is like my niche. I love working with female owned businesses and a lot of, actually I've worked with men, but I really focus a lot on working with women. I just really want to help empower as many of us as I can to kind of rise up and feel good in their own skin. And so I feel photography has a way of doing that for you. And it's so much more than a picture. It's how you're showing up in the world. It's where you're putting your image of who you are, out to attract your ideal clients, to share your story. So it's so much more to me than just taking a picture. It's a experience I want people to leave with feeling more confident and more excited about all of the things that they're juggling and doing. And they have one more tool in their toolkit that are just going to help them along the way. So to me, it's so much more than a picture. And I just am so honored I get to work with amazing women day in and day out.
Oh my gosh. You guys, see, this is why I love her. Come on. It's so awesome. Nichole, real quick, tell us where you do your photography brilliance.
So I am actually based, so it's interesting. I'm based in Jersey right now, but I spend a lot of time in Philly. I am there probably half the time. So I would say I'm split between Philly and Jersey, but I've also traveled. I've gone everywhere from Cancun to Connecticut, and I'm actually going to Oregon in the fall. So I'm really excited to kind of keep expanding.
So great. So Nichole, me and you kind of talked briefly before we hopped on the episode, but really I want to hear, and please share with our guests, an important lesson you learned about body image and how it kind of translates into the photography world. Love to hear it.
So I'll try to keep it simple, even though this is such a complex topic. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of societal pressure. There's a lot of different norms that we get from all angles telling us how we need to look, how we need to feel. And then there's the side of us that I think a lot of us are feeling more educated. I can look in the mirror and say, you know what? If my smile isn't perfect, for me, there was a long time where I hated my smile. I never had braces or anything, but I just hated my smile. I know. It's smile,
right? We're always our worst critics.
I know. But that's the thing, right? So looking at saying to myself, oh my God, I hate my smile. But now trying to flip the script and saying, you know what? I don't. I actually, when I smile, it lights others up. And it's actually this beautiful thing that can light up endorphins in my brain and help me feel better. But the point being is that we all have things about ourselves that we beat up on ourselves. And you nailed it, Gabby. Our inner critic, it can be so harsh. And a lot of times that inner critic was never even us to begin with. It was all these outside sources telling us how we're supposed to think, how we're supposed to feel. And that then influences how we show up, right? How big we want to be, right? How much we want to do and what we're limited by. right? And I've seen it a lot in photography. I work a lot with women to help them try and overcome some of that, especially during a shoot, so that when somebody asks you, hey, do you have a headshot? Do you have a photograph that you can send me for this publication, this speaking engagement, this talk that we're going to do together on Zoom, for this social media post we're collaborating on, you don't have to hesitate and go, oh my gosh, what photo am I going to send? I don't like any photos of myself, or I have to try and take a new one, but like of a selfie with me with a selfie stick in a weird portrait mode that doesn't look good. Mm-hmm. So, and like that doesn't give you any of the energy you really want to put behind it, right? So I really feel like having this awareness that, you know, yes, we have our inner critic, but we're allowed to acknowledge that may not be our truth, right? And that does hold us back. And we have the ability and the control to say to ourselves, like, that's not going to be me. That's not going to limit me. And that's not what's going to be what stops me from showing up to really be this person that I have so much to share. Everybody here has so much to serve and so much to do. We all have passions. I believe that truly we're all gifted with something. And so I don't want, as challenging as it may be, don't let whatever that inner critic says to you about your body, about how you look, stop you from showing up and stopping you from being the biggest person that you can be. Like, that's the biggest lesson that I've learned. And, you know, like I said, like, I'm behind the camera a lot, but if you have a personal brand, you're going to have to be in front of the camera too. If you're a small business owner, you have to be a presence in this world, right? People want to work with you, right? That's what differentiates you. It's what builds your community, because people see you and they're like, Gabby, I love Gabby. She's great. I want to work with her and do my closet edit because she's going to understand me, right? And you, like, if you're hung up on your body issues, if you're hung up on the things that you don't love about yourself stopping you, right, then you never get to serve those people who could really use your genius. So for me, that's been one of the biggest lessons that I mean, I'm still working on it, right? I feel like that work is never done. And I think that's something that I try to remind myself of, and everybody. Right. Gracious with yourself.
Sure. Friend, that was such goodness. I needed to hear that message today. And also, like Nichole is saying, and I have to like co-sign on this, it is almost a daily thing in this area of body, you know, love and body positivity and body image and expressing yourself and detoxing of those terrible thoughts that come into our mind, that evil critic that we have that just wants to keep us down and keep us from our purpose. It's a daily thing. Like, we have to be constantly renewing our mind, like every day. Right? And like reminding ourselves of our worth, reminding us of truth, not necessarily these lies that critic is telling us, but really, you know, the truth about who we are inside and about, you know, even in the physical, what we look like, right? So, Nichole, that was such good treasure that you just poured out on us. And now we're going to go ahead and answer your style question. So take it away. What's your question today?
So I have a really great question that has come up for me a lot, and it has to do with it's color. It's like, remind me, it's color matching. Is that what it is? So I've like looked onto it, and I'm sure you heard of it. That's why I'm like, tell me. I know you know what this is. So it's, how do you essentially, like, I want to do it for shoots a lot of the time, where I'm like, hey, these are the right colors to wear for your skin type, and it really is going to accentuate you to make you look better. But I don't know a lot about that. I've just recently learned that's even a thing. So can you like tell me more about how that works and the science behind it, or whatever it is that?
Yes, girl.
It sounds so cool.
Yes, girl. Yes. And I love that you're asking this question, because I call it finding your power colors. It's a color analysis, a color consult, whatever you want to call it. But for me, of course, I'm Gabby and I'm extra, and I want to call it your power colors. And the reason is, and why I think this is so beautiful, Nichole, that you're asking this question and want to empower your clients in front of the camera in this way, is because when an individual, when a woman is wearing her power colors, girl, she feels confident. Her skin is just glowing. She is bringing out her natural beauty. She's just has like the highlights of all her facial features are just coming through, and she's showing up like as the best version of herself for herself, right? And for her photos. So what an awesome question. And I find when a person feels good in what they're wearing, and Nichole, you tell me if you've experienced this, they tend to show up again more confident, more happy, more feeling natural and in their skin, and that just translates on camera, right? Like you can see that in their branding photos, right? And that draws a person to their business because they're like, look at this girl, she's loving life. Like I want to work with her.
Yeah. And even for me on a daily basis, when I put on something I want to wear, that I'm excited to wear, it changes my day.
Oh yeah.
It's a different day.
It for sure does. And who wouldn't want that power going into a photo shoot? Because
absolutely,
you're real. Like that can be a little bit of a vulnerable, stressful, maybe a little anxiety-driven situation. So when you have all that pre-planned out and you have your power colors that you know, like these are the colors that make me glow, you're going to show up that much better on that day and so much more refreshed and with such a good energy. Okay, but the science behind this pretty much goes as such. Like during our color analysis, I'm really looking at the individual's undertone. So basically, it is not the person's skin tone, which is what we can see with our natural eye. This is more what's underneath the skin, if you will. And there's 3 undertones that people have. They either have a cool undertone, a warm undertone, or a neutral undertone. And to bring out that undertone, it really helps the skin look vibrant and healthy and glowing. You really want to go ahead and isolate whether you have one of those 3. Which one are you? Which season are you? Or if you are a flow of those. And that's all that information that you get within a color analysis. You get your color palette. And how we discover this is we actually want to put these colors that are warm, that are neutral, that are cool up against your face and really just see what the skin is doing when it is near these specific colors. So a little spoiler alert, I have a warm undertone and I'm going to kind of do a demonstration. It's very hard to do a demonstration by myself with these greens. So I need a lot of grace, y'all, but I'm going to do 2 of my favorite colors today on Tea Time. And this one is like, I love green. I love wearing green. So this is a warm green. Okay. Now I'm going to pull another one of my absolute favorite greens out. And I want to just show you what it does to my coloring. Okay. Now, when we're doing an analysis, we want to see the person's color in their face at the same time as this color. We don't want the color to be overpowering them in any way. Now, if you look at this color on me, it looks very dark and heavy. In fact, pay closer notice to my under eye, to my chin and my cheeks. The color kind of washes from my face a bit, and I look a little sickly, you know. Look, I'm just saying, this is for color analysis purposes, you know, just so that you can kind of see. But when I put this here,
it softens it all. You can tell me. It
softens it, yes. And you can see the color in me evenly, right? Now, there's a couple things too I need to add, because I am kind of like making this analysis a lot harder for myself, because I have a ring light that's incredible. Like this ring light is a full spectrum ring light that lights up my face and kind of softens all of my features. Nichole knows all about ring lights, okay? So this is a really good, expensive ring light. I'm also wearing lip color and concealer and blush for tea time. When we do a true color analysis, we really want to do it in more of a natural lighting, okay? And we also want to do it with clean face. No tinted moisturizer, no foundation, which is, I'm breaking all the rules for tea time, but I wanted to show you. So let's just try blue, and then I think we kind of get the point here. But this one, okay?
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah. And then I'm going to show you a nice, like, soft blue. And all the colors are beautiful. I'm not saying anything negative about the colors.
I know. I'm like, the colors are so pretty.
I know. But this, like, if I didn't have makeup on, you would already see that my lip is going to drain its color and my cheeks have drained its color.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's more vibrant. It feels more vibrant on you. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Interesting. It's fascinating, right?
Yes,
And somebody else's like undertones, it would look completely different.
absolutely. So look at this one. All you see is this blue. Like I'm completely lost in here. My under eyes are dark. Again, I have cat concealer on, so very hard to see. I should have done no makeup, but there I am. You see the color equally. This one?
Yeah, it's really
I
strong.
also see some really big shadowing happening here under my chin, almost making it look like
That's the other thing too. In photography as well, one of the biggest things that we're working with is light. So, I mean, it is the thing we're working with, and that's literally like photography is the definition of it, is like drawing with light. So it's to have that extra shadow underneath your chin, to have the extra circles, like, or extra coloring here and here and here, right? Like that's all things that we're going to try and offset, which is almost like working against yourself a little bit, showing up like
this should be
a color doesn't suit you.
Yeah, this one should be a really bad one for me. And again, when I don't have makeup on, I literally look very sickly. Like, oh my goodness, call the doctor, because the color just drains from my face. So let's say gray's a neutral, right? Let's go ahead and do another neutral. Let's see, just so that you can see.
The brown.
Yeah.
I like brown though. I think that looks good. Am I getting it wrong?
No, you're getting it absolutely correct.
Yeah, it definitely, you can tell the difference for sure. Yeah, exactly. There's just a more richness to your face when the brown's there. Like it's more focused on you, not the color. I think that was some of the biggest call outs, is like, it's the focus on you as a person, which especially during a photo shoot, that's important. Because I say that a lot of the time, people are like, what do I wear? But it's like, what you wear is great because you want to feel good in it, but it's going to be about you and how you look more than anything else.
That's right. And sometimes it's so interesting you make that point, Nichole, because so many times, like if I were to wear, like I showed you that emerald green, which I really loved, it was like this dark green. I get a lot of compliments when I wear this, but I get compliments on the garment that I'm wearing. Like, oh, I love that dress. Like, I love that. They're not like, because it's so overpowering, that's all they're seeing on me. You know what I mean? Like their eye is just that. Whereas like, you want your colors to bring you out, to highlight your beauty, your natural glow, and to draw attention to you, especially in a branding photo shoot. You don't want to be super distracted by color.
Exactly. It's not like you're not supposed to be a model, because in a model, the models are supposed to almost disappear into the clothing a little bit, right? Like the idea is like what's important, but during the shoot, it's about you're the most important feature.
That's right. Oh my gosh, Nichole, that's so good. Like, runways, that's why they're all super pale. There's not much going on. Like, they want to kind of be the star of the show, be the clothes. The clothes are wearing them, right? But in our branding photo shoot, we want to be wearing the clothes, right?
Exactly. That's important. It's a subtle thing. It's just a subtle thing that makes.
Yes. Oh my gosh. My friend, I absolutely loved having tea time with you. Please, please, please share with our guests how they can stalk you. If they want to work with you, how can they do those things?
Yes. Oh my gosh. So I'm booking clients now, actually starting to September and October. So fall's always crazy. So I'm super excited. It'll be a really great season. You can find me at NicholeMCHphotography.com, at Nichole Photography on Instagram. I do a Facebook page as well. All the same thing, Nichole MCH Photography. I've also started on TikTok as Nichole Marie, because I guess Nichole MCH was taken. So I know. Like, how was this taken? Right. But I am all over. So I would love to connect with you, learn more about you, just and maybe even serve you and hopefully have a photo shoot with you. That'd be so much fun.
This girl means it, guys. I have enjoyed my friendship so much with Nichole. She is such an encouragement, and you will love working with her. And I am also taking color analysis clients as well. So if anyone is interested, especially if you're local, this could be a really, really fun thing to do in person as well. So you can really see. Again, we won't have makeup on, and we'll have, the natural lighting, which will make a huge difference. But if you want to know your color palette and what your power colors are, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. Nichole, thank you, my friend, for joining me. And for tea today, thank our guests for joining us. It's been a blast.
Thank you.
Yes, and if you love this episode, please subscribe, hit the bell to get notifications, invite your friends to tea time next time. And if you have a question, a style question, or if you would like to come on as a guest, there will be a form below so that you can fill that out. Maybe you'll show up live just like Nichole did, and I can answer your style questions live. Guys, thank you so much. Cheers. Have an amazing day, my friends. Cheers. And I will talk to you all real soon.